What is going on, Manny? Welcome to another episode of the Dent Digest Live Show. What's going on, guys?
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, Brad? You had me going right there with the music, man.
I know. You were rocking. You were what's that guy? Sugar Ray? No. The piano guy. I don't know. Whatever it is. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Doing good. I don't know if you guys know that I'm able to smile a little bit more now. Not that you guys care, but got some veneers done.
Man, he's got some fresh grill.
Yeah. So
you're making me look bad over here.
Nah, stop it, man. Come on. This is has been an investment and a long time investment.
Talk like this the rest of the night.
Nah.
That's good. That's good. You getting used to them or what?
Yeah, kind of am. It's funny because my wife was all excited for me, and I'm like, bro, like I'm still the same person. I still feel the same, But she's like, no, it looks different. I'm like, all right, well, hopefully that's gonna help me to charge more.
And you have to get used to it with your lips.
Yeah, it's funny because my wife was telling me that, just like, oh, I'm glad that you don't have that your lip is popping up more. And I was like, oh, I kind of don't feel like it. But I know what you mean, that you kind of have to get used to it. But yeah, other than that, it's been good. Busy week, It's been hot in Cali.
What's hot? Come on, like 87 degrees or something?
Yeah, 80s, high 80s,
come on. We got a guy in here that's like, bro, it's like 125 degrees.
Oh, yeah. No, that's murder over there.
I got something for you.
Oh, what you got? Aside from a big hug. Oh, there you go. Pink glue. I got to tell you, though, I have not been using pink glue this week.
Yes. You live in the dark side. You live in the dark side.
I have not been using pink glue this week. I've been actually using that Kamado, the collision glue. What was it? I think it was over the weekend or last week. I've been having like some really hard hits, and I changed over to that glue because you'll get some strong pulls. And ever since, it's just I've stayed with it because it's like you could count on it, even when you got to get like some sharp little dents. You could count on it, like the weld tap too. That stuff. You could count on it. I was doing this health damage card, and that's why I stick to it, because I was using the small Reaper tabs, and with that glue, I'll tell you, all day.
I stretch the heads on those, but man, they really do pull hard.
Yeah,
and they pull full hard. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you'll put a dead center and it'll pull, and you'll still have the center. I feel like those really just pull a nice, even little bit of a high, and then you can just blend it down.
Yeah.
So
yeah, no, it's been great. How you been? How's your week?
We're still busy, man. Just really busy. I do feel a little bit of customers starting to pull back a little bit with spending money.
Oh.
But the shop's really busy. I mean, right now we got 11 cars in there right now. Like,
what do you think that is? That you feel like you're?
I think everybody's starting to freak out about the economy, and gas is $1 billion a gallon, and we're starting to see a little bit of pullback.
And everyone's talking about recession. Everyone's like expecting it, like want it, And
it's got to happen. There's got to be a correction here because gas is out of control. I mean, my wife's like, you wouldn't believe what I got for $120 at the grocery store. You know what I mean? Like I took the guys to lunch on what the hell? Today's Thursday, Wednesday, to Mission Barbecue. I don't know if you have those out there. No. But $63 for 3 people to go get lunch, and I was like, what is going on? You know, it's just it needs to happen, dude. It's it's gonna hurt a little while, but I think in the long run we'll be back to where we were.
It's it's funny. It's even my neighbor just yesterday. He has a that what's it called, landscaping company. He was asking me yesterday. He's like, "Hey Manny, are you charging more because of the gas prices?" I'm like, "Well, it doesn't hurt me much because I don't drive." But he was telling me, it's just like, "Oh man, he sends out guys to go out work every day, and it's just like he's telling me that gas is killing him."
Yeah, I mean,
just like, oh wow.
Just for me to get to work and back is $230 a week.
Wow.
Just to get to work and back. And there's a lot of vendors. Like I'm friends with the wheel guy. I'm friends with the bumper guy, like a lot of us are. And those guys are charging a surf fee.
That's what I was just going to ask. I'm like, I wonder if some mobile guys are asking are charging a little bit more.
They've got to. I mean, I look, even some of my customers, and I'm still in that transition. You know how the transition is when you went from mobile to really focusing on the shop. I'm in that transition too, because I'm kind of like, look, with the cost of gas and me being down a mobile guy, you've got to come to me. And most of the customers, like you said in the beginning, they're okay with it. Okay, yeah, I'll come. No big deal. Do I lose some? Yeah, I probably lose maybe 5 customers a month.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if some of the mobile dent guys here are charging more. Sorry, right?
Comment in there if you guys are charging more for gas, like a gas surcharge.
Shout outs to Ron, One Shot PDR, is the Cali guy. Shout outs to the Family Man PDR, Jeff, Joshua. Shout out to everyone watching. Thank you guys for supporting.
So we got a winner.
We do. That's right.
We do. It was a slow start, guys. Come on. We put this show on for you. I need you guys to be involved. You need to get involved in this. I'm mailing this stuff out to you guys. Like, get involved. Come on. Let's do this. But guess who our winner is? And I time-stamped it. I even gave it 1 minute after, because he was just relentless with the comments. But our winner is...
But tell us first, what episode was that?
It was the first one.
It was the first one. All right. That's cool. What was it that you gave out? The Endeavor Dent Tools.
Josh Dragos won. The Endeavor Dent Tools door hanger was our first giveaway. So, Josh Dragos. And you could see, we had... First shot went 1 minute, and then it was 52 seconds, 23 seconds, 9. So, it
oh, that's so cool.
First shot, you were close, buddy. We're gonna do some more, so don't be upset.
Hey, we got Van Dent Pro in the house.
So he has, depending on the distance, he's been charging.
Okay. Okay. For me here in the shop, I have not been pushing it because I'm kind of grateful that these clients are coming to me, and because I'm always 2 weeks out, I have not pushed it really crazy, I don't know. Have you bumped up your prices at the shop or
not so much at the shop, but more towards my body shops. The stuff that even if they're eating it, if they're oh, I got to eat this one. Mentally, if I haven't done a lot of work there, regular retail work, and they're just calling me for the cars that they damage, I'm charging them full boat for them. Yeah. I've got to, you're driving to them. You got to. So,
yeah. And you have a truck too. So I think everyone with the truck is probably the ones hurting right now.
It is what it is, man. I got my oil change and some maintenance done. It was $140 for an oil change. I was like, what in the hell? It's crazy.
Look at Christopher. He says he raised his prices for retail.
I got a customer in here. What's up, Tim? I love when customers watch the show. It's so great. It's but it's just a different time in the world. And I was talking to a guy that's way smarter than I am, that has taken a body shop, sold it for big money, detail company, sold it for big money, has a bunch of other businesses, and we really had a good talk. We've never really talked before, and we just kind of really dove into business. And you really got to adapt. You know, you kind of gotta make some changes in your business plan and changes in how you're handling the customer, because people are different right now. But
and then too, there's a lot of graduations happening right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has anything to do with that.
I'm excited. I mean, granted, they're talking recession and crazy things and inflation's through the roof, but I don't know, man. I'll tell you, if you look back in time, you look back 2 years ago on when the pandemic hit, right? As soon as the pandemic hit, you could see a complete change in people. I remember being mobile after I reopened, and people were like, "Do you want a bottle of water? Would you like a bagel with cream cheese?" Like just really nice. Oh, here's this fan to get you cooled off. And how people have changed now. You know what I mean? They're not as nice. They're a little more agitated. And I completely understand it. I understand why people are upset. It's been a long 2 years, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better, So it is what it is. We're just going to adapt and grow. And I think our industry is still moving in the right direction.
Yeah. I think that, everything around us could change, but if there's one thing we could keep just focus on and not change, it's just the quality of our work.
Yeah. And you know what I've realized that I enjoy even more. Okay. I'm passionate about dent repair. But you know what I enjoy even more than pushing the dent? Having a really good conversation with the customer.
Oh, yeah.
Like I could just sit there and just talk and just enjoy their company and make them feel welcome. And I've really enjoyed it. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's just me making a change of saying I'm trying to absorb more, enjoy people's company more, or
I think that's one of the things that, that the whole pandemic brought, people just being more humble. We realized that, if you're the top head of the company, if you're the trash guy, everyone stayed home. I think that made us all just realize that,
Do you ever tell anybody you're the trash guy? Like you're the porter. No, like somebody's like, "Are you the owner?" I'm like, "No, I'm the porter."
No, I'll tell them though. Like, sorry if my, when my shop's a mess, I'll tell them, "Oh, sorry that my shop's a mess. I just the cleaning guy hasn't had time. I've been busy fixing his cars." I'm like, "Don't forget, I'm the marketing guy. I'm the cleaning lady. The deck guy, and all of the above."
But you know what does it? Pride.
Yeah.
Pride drives us, and passion. So we got a guest coming on here, and he's Manny's like best friend. So
that's my boy Blue.
He stepped his game up, man. He's coming for you.
I know.
You should see this blow up Manny he has that he carries with him every day. That when he's fixing a dent, he puts him next to the car and he says, I'm coming for you.
I was just going to ask him, listen, after all that training, can you compete though?
He's like, you were going to say, can you beat me? Can you beat me?
Nah, anyone could beat me, man. Well, let's bring him out for that joke.
Get him. And we got the joke too. So
please, I need him to help me with this.
Hey, shout out to Ants and MPDR for the glue giveaway for this week's show. Josh Dragos. What's up, Alex?
There he is. Look at him. He even looks older now too. That he went through training.
I look younger.
Bryce worked him so hard he has to wear glasses now.
I've always worn glasses. I wear contacts.
There he is. What's up, Alex?
Not much, dude. Just busy. It's hot. What's up, Christopher?
What's the weather like down there in Arizona right now?
I walked outside barefoot on Sunday, and I burned my foot. I'm serious. It's super hot.
What's a normal day out there right now? Like 100 or
106 to 108. It was 114 the other day.
Sounds like you really want to stay there.
Yeah.
You can't you can't even go for an ice cream date. Your ice cream's melted by the time you walk out.
Yeah.
That is wild, man.
Yeah, it's gonna just get harder too. Like July, sometimes it's one. Last year it was 117 for 4 days.
Wow.
So.
Do you see a lot of broken down cars?
Yeah,
when it's that hot. On fire.
Like, on the highway, you will see cars on fire every summer.
So I don't know if you heard, but last week Austin was on the show and he had an experience. Guys, I actually have a drop off right now. So
Manny,
I'll be right
what
back.
is this guy doing?
Busy.
So how are you cooling these? I'm not even going to get into your story yet, but we're just going to get into it a little bit. Yeah. How are you cooling the panels at that temperature? Just umbrella?
You shade it, and then I'm using ice from a cooler in like a microfryer.
Cooler.
Mm-hmm. Definitely carry a cooler in the summer.
Huh.
And sometimes it'll take me, I don't know, 5-10 minutes to get it down to like 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And then you're usually good, but on like when it's 117, it's like I need to go inside.
Yeah.
Somewhere, but everyone's
you're used to that.
About it. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're used to the weather. And what are you using for a vehicle now? You've changed vehicles a couple different times.
Yeah. I had a Tacoma. I went to a van. Tranny went out on it. So I sold that, bought a Dodge. The tranny went out on that, and went back to the Tacoma.
So you're working out of a Tacoma?
Yeah, I did. I'm going to buy, I don't know, when prices drop a little bit, I'm going to probably pick up something.
It's coming. I think the car market's going to take a little bit of a hit here. Interest rates are high. Money's not free like it was. And I think it's coming. I think it's going to slow the market.
Everything's going to slow down.
Yeah.
No matter what you're doing.
And like I said to him earlier in the show, I said, I do feel like the customers are pulling back a little bit. I mean, the true car people will always spend money. The guys that care. Tim Costin in here, one of my customers, he'll spend money on his car. Some people won't. Some people are going to be like, I'm going to live with that dent. It is what it is, So I got our weekly joke. We're going to get into that since Manny struggles with it anyway. So, and I need your guys' help, everybody that's watching. It's my 7-year-old daughter pulls these things out of a hat. So, why are bananas good at gymnastics? Somebody, come on. Can't be in here alone thinking of
That's a hard one.
This is
That's a good one.
Come on. So why are bananas good at gymnastics? Look at that. Adam Jones. Adam Jones. They do great banana splits. I'm going to give that to Adam Jones. So look at that.
Wow.
Adam, I'm missing you up here, buddy. He moved down to Florida, left us up here. So, missing
Florida's
you, buddy.
A cool place.
It is. It is.
That was the first time I ever went there.
Where? Orlando?
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Never been.
So let's get into this training for you. So how did the whole thing with Bryce come about? How did you sit back and say, what was your mental thought of saying, I really want to spend the money, train with Bryce, and how is this going to help me get to my goals?
When he first came out of training, I emailed him and he told me the price, and it took me like 8 months. And then I emailed him again and I was like, hey, I want to set up a date. And I just made the minute I knew he was training, I was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the guy I've always, you know, watched and pushed me. And, you know, when I was a 5-year tech, I was like a real complacent dent guy. You know, wasn't real serious about it. And there was a little quarter-sized dent I'll never forget it, on a Hyundai Sonata in the corner of the hood. And like I couldn't get to this dent, you know. And I didn't glue pull much. I did glue pull, but you know, I didn't know how to cool the temperature stuff, you know. And another dent guy came in. I didn't fix it. And another dent guy came in, fixed it in like 10 minutes. And that just lit a fire under me. And I got on Dent Trainer and watched that like 3 times over and became a better dent guy. Almost went to Mike Toledo a few times, but I wanted to go to something that was just one-on-one. You know, that's
Yeah.
another thing with Bryce. It's just you and him, you know. So that was crucial to me.
So you knew you wanted to go to him. As soon as he said, I'm doing training, you were like,
yeah, I'm going.
I need to go. I don't care what it costs. I don't care when we can go. But
Yeah.
As soon as he lost in Las Vegas, he was like, I'm going.
Yeah.
He almost left from Vegas to Florida.
I gotta say, dude, the competition is like, it's another level of stress, and you know.
Yeah.
But once you do it the first time, you're gonna do better the second time. So
the hardest part is just like, you know, you go all year long for those 45 minutes. You know, it's just like you can't redo it, or you gotta wait another year.
Yeah. Well, if I don't win, my coach will beat you.
Oh man,
is he going to compete?
He doesn't know. I was asking him. He said he might. He never has.
Yeah, I asked him too. He says that the thing is that if he competes, he'll be going against Zan, you know, and Zan, that's his boy too. They compete together. So
yeah,
that it would be a great competition though.
Yeah, no, it would be.
so you get set up with an idea of when you can go. How did you prepare to go? Like, did you mentally prepare? Did you physically prepare? Did you sit back and say, okay, I need to take these tools with me? What did you do to prepare to go to training with Bryce?
I fixed every big dent at the dealers I could. You know, there's a Toyota Tundra that I fixed. It's a blue one, and it was the GM's, not the GM, pretty much the GM of one of my stores, and his son-in-law backed into a pole with it, and it was his demo. And I fixed that for 2 days, and I tried to do it for free. He wouldn't let me, but 2 days I just fixed that dent. You know, no money was involved in that. You know, so you have to be passionate, because I think a lot of guys think they want to do those type of repairs, but they don't want to work 12 hours, 15 hours on a repair like that. Because I mean,
Of course.
that's what he does. You know, it's some of those repairs are, you know, the rail I did, I think I had to finish it in the morning, and then we did that door edge the next day. That was 9 hours, you know, somewhere around there. But
So, you know, when you get set up with Bryce, does he say, bring this, bring that, or does he handle all the tools?
I didn't bring anything. Just brought clothes, and, showed up, used his tools. I wanted to use his tools.
Yeah.
You know, it's pretty cool. Like he tells you what tools, you know, if you don't have, you should get. But he's got everything, you know. He's got everything. You definitely don't need to bring your tools to go train with them.
Is there any tool that he had that you're like, oh yeah, this I have to get? Like,
yeah, I left the day I got back. I was trying to call Thomas and talk to him and be like, dude, I need these 2 tools. Bryce told me I wouldn't be able to get them, and I talked Thomas into finding me some. So they're on the way, but it took a while. But yeah, there are some stand liner tools. I was like, I have to have it. I'm a big I love stand liner tools. You know, I'm usually using a stand liner tool, even the door tools. And if I want a sharp tool, I use the original Dent Reaper tool.
Now, do you think that stand liner tools, you have to be in a certain level of like your PDR career to be able to know how to use them? Or do you think stand liner is for any technician to have?
I think some of their tools you have to be pretty accurate with.
Yeah.
And then the other tools, like it's very,
It's hard to screw things
forgiving.
up sometimes with some of them. Yeah.
Some of like the snakes and stuff. You didn't want to get to use them because you just push with them. They do their job. But the hand tools are what I'm all about. I want all their hand tools, all of them. Yeah, I mean, it's the dragging and rolling and it's crazy,
Now, when you got there, did he throw you right in that first day? You were going straight in. Like, tell me the experience there. You get off the plane, you get set up in your hotel.
I got there Saturday, so we started Monday. I flew in Saturday because I'm 3 hours difference. So I wanted to wake up early Sunday. And then, I went to the zoo Sunday, just hung out. I was all by myself. I didn't know anyone. And Monday I get there and he pretty much sits you down and figures out where you're at, and then you go straight to a rail dent.
What do you hit the
it's
rail
like
with?
straight into the Craftsman hammer, the plastic side, 3 times.
What'd you use?
It was bad.
Tool wise.
A drill bit and some tools.
Yes.
Let me show you how I fixed this down home.
Yeah, no. We used some collision glue, and a bunch of like Kiko ice tabs, and I started it with the Atlas tab, but the big oval Atlas tab, the old one, that's one of my favorite tabs. But and then he made me blend it with a Craftsman hammer. That was crazy.
With the plastic side?
Yeah. I've never. I used to use that hammer all the time. I stopped using it like completely, and then since I've been back, I only use that hammer really. It's a good hammer.
Yeah.
That's what I was.
There's other hammers you have to use, but
yeah.
No,
it's was the blending on it? Is it like to like soften the metal, soften the pressure, or?
I'm not a good blender. Never like rails are my weakness because it's usually really hot out here. I'm usually outside. I just don't get a lot of rails,
Yeah.
And if I do, I always got them to like that 85-90%. I'll never like really truly glass a rail out. But because I use lines, right? So I learned that like I can't glass the rail out like that using lines.
No.
Because of the blending. Like when you put lines too far away, it orange peels out, and it's really hard to see what you're doing. Some people might disagree with me, but I've used lines for 12 years, and I don't think I can do it that as good of a job with lines. So, but that's another thing I did. I practiced with fog and Eliminate light for like 2 months before I went there.
Because he's a fog guy.
Yeah. So I wanted to really at least get a jump start on that. And I didn't use, there was one time on the door edge, I was like, can I get a line on the board? and we found some electrical tape, put the line on the board, and then I ripped it off because I was like, no, it wasn't working.
So are you a fog guy now, or?
I'm using both, but I'll start almost all my dents with fog.
Okay.
And then like if I need to find some hidden pressure, I use lines. And
is that a goal for you to like really like just learn fog, or are you
Yeah.
wanting to stay with both?
I'm gonna always use both.
Right.
But like my brother supposedly wants to work with me, and he graduates college in December.
Nice.
And unless he quits on me, he'll be a dent guy. But I'm not gonna train him on lines.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, like Josh says, a hybrid style. There's a couple guys that know how to do lines and fog and use them in different instances. Me, I can't see a damn thing with the lines.
Yeah.
Can't see anything.
I mean, being outside.
No, go ahead.
Being outside, lines are amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, fog's a little different with an umbrella. It's a little harder than when you're inside, but
I think that combination of both. I mean,
yeah.
You know, what I always push with is just like, you know, the 3 lines in the middle. And to me, that's like, you know, like the best thing ever, the combination of both, you know, the fogs on the side and then the lines in the middle. Because there's a lot of stuff like lines come in very handy.
So you use the line a lot, Manny, is what you're saying.
Yeah. Like especially like because back in the days, I would have problems on the fenders, you know, like the little slope that most fenders have.
Yeah.
I always noticed that, you know, with my fog, it was good, even the cross-checking, but there was something that when I took my light away and I was walking away, you could still see a low, and I'm like, but up close, you can't see it, like with your light, you know, and I'm just like, dude, like how? And then, you know, that's when I started the combination. That's when I actually looked into lines. I was just like, you know, I think this is where lines really come in handy. And I tried the full board of lines. I actually bought one, but I couldn't do it. And then after a while, then I just did the 3 lines in the middle. And then that's where it really pays off for me. So there's situations where the fog won't show me some details that the lines will. And so I'll clean up a dent and, you know, or, you know, like sometimes you have like the center pit of the dent that just keeps moving on you and it's still there. Sometimes the fog shows you that it's flat, but then you put a line on it and you can see that little divot, you know, that's where those lines will come in handy for me, where I'll put them and you could really just micro. And before you know it, it's flat.
One area I always use lines is like, you know, in a concave. With fog, I have a really hard time seeing if it's high or low. But with lines, if I spin my board in 360, I will find a spot that it shows me what it is. So I'll always use lines in that area.
Now, off topic for 1 second, Manny, but do you feel like sometimes do you pull, like you'll fix a car and you're like, it looks pretty good, I'm pretty happy with it, and then you pull it outside, look at it, and you're like, okay, I still see something here. Do you do that a lot?
Yeah,
Both of you guys?
Like on big dents, I will pull out the car and then look at it under like the natural light, you know, the natural just lines outside, and just see how everything looks. And then if there's anything left, and I'll still bring the car back inside to just finish it off. But I'll take it outside and just
naturally act the reflection, man. It's like Sal says, that natural reflection is a game changer.
And that's the other reason why. Go ahead, Ryan.
I had a Tesla today, far away board, weird dent. It was like an S. It was the physical brake handle of a kid's bike. Smashed into it, and it was like a perfect S, down low in the door, black Tesla, like impregnated the paint. And I'm in the shop, and Mikey's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "I think I'm good. You know, I'm far away from it. It looks good." I pull it outside. I'm like, "What in the hell?" You know, I can't see it inside. You know, I couldn't see it. So
that's where the lines will come in handy, all right?
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's what I picked up from Sal too. That, you know, that's when he'll use just natural lines outside to like really, you know, perfect his work. And so the lines, you know, in the middle, that's why they work for me. Just
Yeah.
and don't get me wrong. There's also going to be things that lines don't show you that fog will show you. You know.
Yep.
So I
Now-
think combination of both. It's key, man.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
a guy that does hail and a guy that does big dents or a route. The guy that can do both is a better tech usually. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They just can do everything. Like, so the more you could do, the better you'll better yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But like what you're saying with the natural reflection, when the first day on that rail, I was using that fog and I was like kind of slow. And I was just like, I asked him, I was like, can I take this off and use the beam, the big metal beam on the roof? Because there's like 5 of them. And I started doing that and it sped it up, you know, but.
Did he coach you throughout the whole process, or did he kind of let you go at first and then step in?
He would coach me, let me go, check, coach me. But he was like literally there the whole time. You know what I mean?
That's cool.
Yeah, I mean, he was booking out like 2 months out, 3 months out. When I was there, he was booking out to the middle of July.
Wow.
So I mean, he just gets a lot of phone calls. But if he doesn't get a phone call, he's literally like behind your shoulder, pretty much the whole time.
I got a question. Does I mean, in action, is his voice still as calm and as smooth as he is, or is that right?
Yeah,
It never changes pitch. Oh man, because we all have that, right? Where when we conversate, like, oh, we're smooth, and then we're in action, just like we're all over the place, screaming, yelling, whatever,
He is probably the most stand-up guy I've ever met.
Really?
You know what I mean? I mean, you are too, Manny. You're a great dude.
Thanks.
So I don't know about Ryan.
Ryan, he's all right. He's all right.
He is just like, I mean, there's no one like him. There never will be, in my opinion. But when we did the retail, one day you follow him and you just shadow him. And that was really cool to just see him in action on one of those days. And we did 2 retail repairs. And we got there like 7:30, and we were done with the first one at like 2. Got to the next house at 3. He was done. We were done at like almost 8 o'clock.
Oh, wow.
When we were done with the first one, I could tell like we knew that another dent was going to take a long time, and like I could tell like he didn't really want to go, but like, he just does his job, no complaining, nothing. You know what I mean? And that's
just rolls with the punches.
Yeah. That's hard to have that mindset, but like he reprograms you. You go to him, he's gonna reprogram you. I'm still doing a lot of wholesale, but like there's a whole goal of that. It'll probably take me 2 years, a year, to get to where I want from going to him.
Now, some of his training ways, is it very unorthodox? Like some of the ways he has you fix the repairs, some of the tools you're using, you're like, I never thought about using something like that. Like I love working with other techs. I'm like, because you're always like, oh shit, I didn't think about that. You know what I mean? Like
every day there's something like that. Every day I got my money's worth. I felt like every day.
Yeah.
Because you learn one thing that like, I don't know if it makes you a faster tech, but it just, all your stuff's so much cleaner, and then like it makes it possible. But I had one guy in Arizona call me and he's already in retail, and he was like, I think I'm going to go, it'll help me speed up these repairs. I told him, I said, no, it's not. If you're home by 3 already, now you go to him, and if you do what you're gonna, if you're gonna get your money's worth with him, I mean, you're gonna be working on the same dent for 10 hours sometimes, because that's what it takes. Like, there's no shortcut in PDR. You know what I mean?
On those types of repairs, no.
No, there's no.
I
shortcut,
remember
like
when we were on the Dentless Touch show and Bryce was on, and he's like, yeah, sometimes I'm on one car for 2 days.
yeah.
He's like, I try to get it done in one day, and sometimes it doesn't happen, and I have to go back. But
Mhm.
you know, and one thing I asked him was, and this is me too. Sometimes you get on a nasty repair, and you guys can relate. It's better to get up and walk away sometimes and look at something else, because you kind of get complacent. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
kind of stuck
Tunnel
in this
vision.
one view, using this tool. It kind of helps you. I do better. You know what I mean? When I'm like, I'm done. I'll come back tomorrow.
Yeah. No, it's I think that's the future of PDR, to be honest. In
Yeah.
10 years, like, you know,
Train wrecks.
if you still want to make good money in this industry, I think you're gonna have to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, Bryce Kelly definitely sets the bar. Some of this, like I asked him how he fixed that Ford Ranger, that aluminum fender.
Oh yeah.
He's just straight up was like, I don't know. You know, I don't know. That was a really bad one. You know, but
it's like when clients, when clients bring in a big smash suit, it's just like, oh, how you gonna fix it? I don't know.
yeah, like,
You know?
What was the number one thing that you took from that training? You know what I mean? If you sit back and you're like, out of everything you learned, what was the one thing you really left with in your brain?
That's really hard because there's so much, you know. That's really hard. I think the best. I don't know. That's almost, I can't really, like. There's too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. There's probably something in every category, right?
Everything. I mean, I'm not gonna like say how I fixed anything really, but there's one thing on that door edge. If I didn't go to him, I never would know how to fix that dent, because you know what I mean. What I had to use and at one point of that repair, I was so scared. You know, he was like, "Hit it," you know. I'm like, "No."
Hit it like a man. You're a man. No, I'm a
Yeah.
boy. You're a man.
I just never would have thought, you know, that would work. You know.
And
I don't know.
He's a big metal on metal guy, big scientific end of the vibration.
He's a big everything. Like, he's a big everything. You know what I mean? He'll use the rubber balls, a lot of plastic, a lot of metal, you know, everything. But he knows when to use those exact things. You know what I mean? Everything he does, like, has a purpose. He just doesn't mess up that much, you know, or make a mistake in his repair.
Now, in his stuff when he's training you, because I realize in some of his videos, he's get it up real quick,
Mm-hmm.
and he's a lot of knockdown.
Yes.
So he tries to push as clean as he can to get a lot of it up, and then cleans it up from there. Correct?
He roughs it out. He gets the stability and shape back. But like, when I was doing that Venzador, he had me do something. I thought, I was like, there's no way I'm going to come back from this. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way.
Is it just because it was so much roughed out?
It was a stand liner technique that he was having me do. And I just never would have done that on my own. If someone told me to do that, besides him, I would have thought they were crazy. You know, but it worked, you know, and there's a process after that. But like, I'm telling you, man, anyone watching, it's the best training you can go to, you know. I mean, if you don't want to challenge yourself, don't go. But I mean, you know, he wants that 1% trainee. You know what I mean?
Now, one of the questions from Straight Lines: what tool does Bryce use to to do his nice finish work, does he sand?
Yeah, I mean, sanding's a tool. You know, if
Yeah.
people tell you it's
We all
not,
do it, yeah.
you know, it's a tool. You know, I mean, you go to a body shop and have a scratch, the body shop's going to color sand your door instead of repaint it. You know, and as long as, I mean, he doesn't ever get a bald spot, you know what I mean? But on put it this way, on that Venza door that I did, we didn't even buff it. There wasn't even a buffer on that Venza door. And there was at one point in that repair, I thought, I was like, there's no way I could put this on video, you know? But yeah, we didn't even put a buffer on that. No compound, no buffing, nothing.
How long did it take you?
You know, 8-9 hours. You know, that perfect pulse system and like the glue and the 2 pieces of wood, like that's, you know, it speeds it up. You know, without that, I don't even think it was possible. But like around the mirror, that was a bad dent. That was really bad. Use those grip-ons. The grip-on from Amazon. It's flat. Do you have that? Do you use the?
No. What are you talking about?
I wish I could pull it. Maybe I could pull it out of my truck, but I already had it, and I use it on like antenna roofs, and we had to use that on that door around that mirror. And that was cool that he had it. You know, he uses that a lot.
Grip on.
Yeah, it's called grip on. They make different types, but you get on Amazon, like you can put it on the fender and pinch it. You want me to go get it?
Go get it. Me and Manny will talk.
Okay.
Oh, he's talking about like almost like the Stucky, like the Stucky.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like this. I think that's what it is, but yeah, it's like
If
the
you don't-
Stucky, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just pulled it up, but
If you don't have that, definitely buy it.
Really?
Yeah.
oh,
I mean, it makes really quick work on an antenna roof. If you take the antenna off and, you know,
Yeah.
and then even on the fender, you could put it and it won't blow out. You could just, especially if you take the tire off, you'll have no problem.
oh, I see, because it locks.
It clamps.
Yeah.
That makes sense. So it's like a vice grip, but it's got a flat finishing edge.
Yeah, Jeff used it when I started hanging out with Jeff. I saw him use it, and I bought it, and I use it a lot.
Now, Cardent's adding it to his cart. That's funny.
Yeah. Same here.
And Vince, good old Vince, is putting it on. And I want to give a shout out to Manny from Puerto Rico. I'll tell you, he's been watching out for me. He's been telling me when the hail's coming. He said, "Give me a call." Send me a picture of the hail was supposed to come today. But how are you approaching your dents differently now than you did before you went to his training?
Everything's different. You know what I mean? I'm just like reprogrammed. It's weird. You know, even the way I think, like I don't. One of the guys that works with me was like, "Oh, that can't be fixed." I was like, "Anything can be fixed," you know. And he'll say that to you. You know, that's his mentality. But it's everything's different. The way I think about my goal. I don't really have any more goals in wholesale. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was a big thing going to them. I've wanted these 2 stores for the last 10 years, and I got them now. One of them I didn't have when I was with Bryce Kelly. Came back, and 4 weeks later, I ended up with it. You know,
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, I really want to be a mobile route retail guy, and I'm not gonna ever like be totally out of wholesale. You know, I'll probably do 1 day at each one of those stores, so 2 days a week or wholesale, and then My brother will be your wholesale guy.
Have you ever thought about like getting a shop, like where you could bring down your retail and you could go down, do all your wholesales, and come back to that job that you have at the retail shop?
I did, and I thought a lot of like I did for a while want that, but I just don't want the overhead, the overhead of a shop. Or like my dad ran a body shop for 29 years. He was the owner of a body shop, and seeing him, he was tied to it. Like, felt like he couldn't go on vacation. I don't want that. You know what I mean? Like if I'm full mobile, that's another big reason I went to Bryce, is because that's how he runs his business. Yeah. And I mean, like if I want to go on vacation with my family, I just don't schedule stuff that week.
Yeah.
If I have a shop, I'm gonna have employees, and that's a lot harder. I saw it with my dad.
It is. It is.
And I don't know. My dad's had 2 heart attacks, and I feel like it's because of that body shop.
So you don't have a good image of like a shop. Got it.
No. Arizona's also like one of the most expensive commercial real estate places for tax too. So that's a big.
Yeah, Chris is saying a body shop's totally different animal than PDR shop.
I think I just don't want to be tied to it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard.
I just don't want to be tied to it.
It is hard.
Especially when you have a reference to what it was to, a family member of yours.
Yeah. And I really
understand that.
I was trying, like I had 6 guys working with me at one time. And like, that's not the route I want to go either. I don't want a big company, and you know what I mean?
That is the nice thing about retail, that you do have that freedom. Just like it's like retail, mobile retail, it's cool. That was the one part that I missed, you have that, like you get out of your shop. I mean, you go from one house to another, or like from one shop to another. Like there's just something different as opposed to just being at the shop. It's just like, you don't see nothing else but what's around the shop, And I think that being able to just, go from different place to different place, it's just like, I think it's just like a mental thing. It allows you to space out, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. I do think having a shop location, I really do feel like the customer is getting a better repair. You know what I mean? I feel like you're.
I don't know. I mean, not from what I saw in Florida, but
I think it's different for all of us. I think that for a lot of guys that are just on the go, not have that piece of mental process like Bryce has, or like someone who's really mentally strong to knows how to like calm things down. I think that if you don't have that, it's definitely going to be a different, you'll get more quality having a shop. But if you're someone like Bryce who just knows how to like pace yourself and just get it done right, no matter where you're at, you're still going to do the same repair.
But imagine if Bryce had an air-conditioned shop, bro, and he had like a frame machine set up there, he would slay. I don't know. Not saying he's not a badass. He's definitely a badass, but I do think the shop element, for me being mobile as much as I was, and then really transitioning in the shop, I do feel like, I don't know, sometimes the repairs, as bad as they are, I think they're a little easier to do in the shop than they would at a customer's house. And some of that's time. I mean, I remember Matt Boyette saying, it's in that back of your head, I gotta go. I got 2 more stops.
Yeah. Like, see, that's what it was for me here in Cali, because Cali, like, everyone's on a fast pace. Traffic is always jammed. And so to me, it was just like, even though I'm calm, it was just that mental responsibility that I gotta go. It just did not allow me to just pace myself on a job, you know?
If I was in California, I'd probably want to shop because it's so hard to get to one place to another. In Arizona, I could probably get anywhere in the valley in 40 minutes, as long as it's not 3 to 5:30.
Yeah.
Know?
Absolutely.
What advice do you have for these guys that are looking to get trained by Bryce Kelly?
Do it. It's worth every penny. You know.
I mean, I talked to you while you were there, the second day, and you were like, "Bro, I could go home right now, and I feel like I got my money's worth."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, every day I was just like blown away. Like, really? You know, because like no matter how many friends you have, no one knows everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
that's why I said working with different techs, it's so great.
Yeah. I mean,
you can take a little bit.
Don't be surprised if you see me go back to them. You know what I mean? I might go back to them if I can.
Yeah. Do you find yourself doing more glue pulling or pushing more, or like?
I find myself just not giving. Okay, I'm gonna say so. In the video, he didn't. The what I power PDR box. That wasn't in the video. It was so bad. He was hitting it, and it was a scrap hood. I think it was like a Kia, some type of Kia hood. And he hits it, and he's like, "That deep enough." And I didn't say anything, so he hits it like 3 more times. And I mean, I power PDR box that thing like 10 times, 7 times, trying to get it to stabilize. It was so bad. And
now, did you push first before you used the power PDR box, or did you use the power PDR box first?
Yeah, I pushed. Yeah, I pushed. But there's I saw that he was like, he made a comment. He was like, "This is so bad. Like, I don't know." He said that, right? And I was like, "Yeah, this is so bad." Like, we were already working on it for a long time. I was like, "Let's just go get a steak." You know what I mean? Let's sit there, like, go get a steak. He turned around, like, and I thought he was mad at me. And he goes, "I don't give up." He's just dead serious face. "I don't give up, Alex." And I'm like, "Oh," and he like got in there and started like messing with it, trying to get it stable. I was like, no, we're staying till 7:30. I'm doing it, I'm not giving up. I thought this wasn't fixable, And sure enough,
about that steak.
Yeah, sure enough, it stabilized. You know what I mean? I mean, I ran out of time on that. It wasn't glassed out by any means, but I got it to a point where any wholesale account would be jumping up and down saying it was perfect. You know what I mean? Not perfect, but oh yeah, that's awesome. But yeah, I mean, I just haven't given up on anything. I'll take a door off before I give up at wholesale on a lot. I just want to fix it. He would totally reprogram.
Yeah.
But I was already like passionate about trying to fix and glass stuff out.
That's only because you got beat by Manny.
Before that, man.
How about like estimating, like pricing dents? Was there any training on that too?
Oh yeah, he showed me everything. You get like what you get just in that is worth the money.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I can literally run my business just like his now. And a lot of guys, don't know this, but you would call him, set up a time. He's your mentor,
Now, is your prices have gone up back home because you've gotten trained?
Yeah, the first weekend I came back, I scheduled the second weekend I fixed a dent for $1,000 that I normally would do for like $400. So yeah, I mean, everything's different. The pricing, everything. It's super. If you're passionate and you're going to do this career for a long time, I'm 32, and when he was 32, I found out he transitioned from wholesale to retail. So that was pretty cool. But you got to keep your wholesale too, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
If you
diversify.
have it, if you have some good stores, you got to keep it. The bad ones don't, but the good ones definitely keep them.
Ron is asking, how many days or weeks were you in training for?
5 days.
5 days. And not to go specific, but is there a price range that you could share? I mean, you don't have to say the exact, but just the price range.
It was almost about as much as I could make in a month. Sometimes, yeah.
$3,000.
Yeah.
It's against the law to talk about pricing here.
Yeah, no worries.
I mean, he'd tell you, I think, if you asked him, like on the show, he'd probably tell you. But I don't want to talk about it. But it's
an investment.
It's expensive, you know.
Yeah, but I mean, you look at this, okay? It's. I tell people all the time, you can't go to school and make the money as fast as we're making it. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
You can go to law school and make a shit ton of money, but it's going to take you a long time to get there. Or you can be the dent freak like Manny and just come out and just slay it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, we make really good money for as little investment as we have in ourselves to get to where we are.
Yeah.
So, and ongoing training, man, I'm 44 years old. If I could take 5 days off, I would go to Bryce.
Hey, I was just asking for the people in the back.
When I was there, I told him he should raise his prices, and he's like, "I'm going to." He's going to raise them from what I paid. So, I mean, it's if you go to welding, I almost went to welding school before I got this guy to train me in Arizona, and that's the only training I had. I worked with the route guy. But welding school's 20-30 grand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a trade school, and it's not that.
And not even that. I mean, look at the cost of ICAR classes for these body techs. ICAR classes are expensive too. You know what I mean?
How much are they?
See, Corey doesn't even want to know the price. He just wants to know the discount code.
Now, did you leave with any tools? Did he provide any tools for you?
Yeah.
You
get a whole list of tools that he recommends, and then you get some tools.
He's saying you need some well-aged wood, red maple from 1963, 6 inches in length, 2 inches wide.
No, he bends tools like crazy. He'll bend any tool. If someone says the tool's not bendable, he'll still bend it.
Yeah.
And I've been doing that now too. So, I mean, it's just you're reprogrammed. It's worth every penny, and anyone that's passionate should go to him.
And it's definitely somebody. Does he kind of feel you out, like where you are in your career before he takes you on?
Yep.
That's what I figured.
He does. And even the first day there, before you start working on, I mean, your first day there, you're going to work on something. I don't know what it was. Mine was the rail. Probably because I told him that was my weakness.
Yeah.
But he asks you stuff and fills you out on a whiteboard and goes over certain stuff. And I've never done that. It was cool.
You wish you would have gone sooner with him?
I don't know. I'm glad I went when I did because, just the experience before I go.
Yeah.
If you go too early to him, I don't know. I mean, that's really hard training.
That's a good question. Vicente just asked, what's any preferred tap downs?
Metal.
Metal, but I use the Dent Craft tip knockdown with him. He uses that a lot, and I use that every day now. But like it's the knockdowns is a system.
You can pick up a lot on his video. Like you
Yeah.
can see that he uses a lot of metal on metal.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, you can. You know, but there's on the videos he uses the big square Kiko one a lot.
The slapper
And,
tapper.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised what he teaches you with that.
You know, I've had those things. I have never been able to like.
Dude, I'm
use
using
those things.
I'm using it almost every day.
Wow.
It's crazy.
And I have both of them. I have the blue and the red one. It's just like I tried using those.
No,
things.
not those.
No,
not
he's
those
talking
things.
about the tab, the
that
tip.
you put on a blending hammer.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Yeah.
The
I don't.
rectangle bowed one.
Yeah.
Yeah, the square metal tip. And then I use the VIP a lot, and that Derwin, I don't know, it's like D8. It's just a normal Dent Craft knockdown, but you gotta sharpen it. But it works. I was always using these fancy knockdowns, and I haven't been using them since I've been back.
I'm excited to watch you grow. You know what I mean? I mean, you've been a supporter of the show since day one. You know what I mean? So it's fun to watch somebody invest in themselves.
Yeah. You go into him like, I got to start a YouTube channel. That's he coaches you on like everything to do to get that type of retail repair, and, if I get there, you could, that's the goal.
I was just gonna say, man, my hat's to you because I've been seeing your videos and the repairs that that you're doing, and it's just like you're doing some crazy stuff, man, and stuff is coming out super clean. So
yeah, and that's
best wishes to you, man. Congrats,
I bet you going to him like that last getting it to 98% is easier. I don't do it faster, but it's like more possible for me now. And I just every day I'm trying to get better at it. And he'll tell you like you're not like the training. What he does, it's a process. Like you're not going to go back and be a Bryce Kelly, and I might never be Bryce Kelly. And I want to be Alex anyway.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But I'm passionate. I really like. I'd rather work on one dent all day and get paid what that's worth than try and do 20 cars in a day.
Yeah. And I think that's almost like the value that this show brings you. That we interview so many different guys that you're not going to become every single one of them, but if you could just take one thing from every interview that we do. Mm-hmm. It's gonna make you who you are. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Don't try and be anyone else. Just be you.
Right.
And be a good person.
At least try, right? At least try.
At least try. No one's perfect, but and no dent is ever like perfect. I mean, you go to a body shop, it's not gonna ever be perfect again, even if it looks perfect. You know what I mean? It's not the same. And that's you learn. He talks about that too. I mean, there's certain dents you can make absolutely perfect, but I mean, if you push a quarter-size dent, the back side is marked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that makes it not perfect.
Yeah. What is your goals now? Like your 2-year goal now that you've gone through this training and that you
my
see
goal
things
is
differently.
I want to have the right guys working with me and keep pretty much just 2 stores. I want to keep 2 wholesale stores, and I'll show up every week to each one of those, and then just be all retail. And I'm sure I'll get there. I'm sure it won't take me that long. I could probably do a lot of retail right now, but I'm not ready to make that big transition. It's gonna be probably 2 years is what I'm thinking. It might be shorter.
Yeah.
But he talks about like it's all your dividends. You plant and like in wholesale, like I planted seeds since I was a 3rd-year tech in wholesale. I would plant seeds and make these relationships.
Yep.
It's the only reason I've been pretty successful in wholesale. But like now I'm at the point I was doing all of Hertz sell lots. There's a lot of work. It's like working an auction. And like I just gave it to the guys that were working for me there because I didn't want to deal with it. Just walk away from it. I told the manager that has literally called me any place he went. He's called me for a decade, 10 years.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, dude, I'm going to have a heart attack. Like I can't do this. Managing guys. And I made less money having more stores.
Yeah.
There's a fine line. And like I have to learn the hard way. You learn what you want, or you don't know what you want until you get there, really. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now I know what I want. I don't want to shop. I want to be 100% mobile. And I want to do big retail repairs.
Nice.
Nice. That's the goal. But I'm going to change my company name doing this too.
Oh, what's the new company name?
You'll see the YouTube channel.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to that, man.
But it goes into depth of like what's good for Google and everything with him. He teaches you literally everything.
Yeah.
And if you forget something, you could ask him. But
That's cool. At least it's more than just here's training, figure it out.
That's not what it is. You know what I mean? It's one-on-one. I mean, if you're a cool dude, you're gonna have a new friend when you leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's hard to be like I'm a big hunter, and like my best friend Charlie, we'll go on a 2-week elk hunt. I've left work for 2 weeks straight. That was before I was married, and I was in the woods elk hunting with a bow during the rut. You call them in, and it's amazing. It's like my favorite time of year. But every time I've done it, me and my friend have gotten in a fight. It's hard to be with someone every day. You know what I mean? It is, and he is like that was no problem with him. You know what I mean? No problem. Like like I said, he's probably the most stand-up dude I've ever met.
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
Well, congratulations again, and glad that you got that training, man. So you're coming out to compete in Orlando next year?
No. I'm gonna go to Mexico.
Oh, that's right, because that's your hunting season for you.
Yeah, but I think this is my last year. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
The last year, I think I'm gonna have. Hopefully I have a kid the next year, so I won't be going to Mexico.
All right, cool, man.
I'll come beat you though that year.
How can people find you on social media?
I'm mainly on Instagram, Dent Hunters AZ, and then Facebook, Alex the Coolest.
Well, brother,
I got a website, but I'm changing that.
I appreciate you coming on and supporting the show. It's been fun. It's been fun to watch you grow. So keep up the good work, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
No worries. I remember the first time we had you on the show, you were like a train wreck. I'm so nervous. And I'm like,
I couldn't even speak.
I'm like, nobody even watches this show. What are you worried about?
So I've never like spoken, made a speech in front of anyone. You know what I mean? So like stage fright, that's what hard about a YouTube channel.
You get over it really fast, dude.
Yeah.
You'll be fine. You just got to look at it and say, I don't care what anybody thinks. I'm just going to do me.
Yeah. I think that comes with a lot of maturity too, though.
It does.
You know,
You'll be fine.
a lot of maturity.
Well, have a great
meet
night.
You, Manny.
It's coming. It's coming.
I heard there might be a competition at Anson.
I don't know. I haven't heard about it, but whether it's an Anson or MT,
maybe there's a lot of stuff in the works. Let me just say that there's stuff that we can't talk about right now.
Really?
But
or whatever happened to the one place you used to compete at, the
PDR World Cup.
I think that needs to come back. PDR World Cup was a good setup. The way they did the dents is different. But
yeah.
We'll let that come when it comes. We'll be ready. We'll be ready.
Was it harder?
It's just different. It's different. It's different. Yeah.
It's harder.
It's good. No.
I'm out. No, it's not about beating you, to be honest. It's fun.
No, of course.
Yeah, I mean, you guys competed. Manny beat you, and both you guys got COVID. It was a great time.
No, listen, I tell everyone it's competition. It's awesome. You know, it's no one's better than other. It's just the whole part of being in competition. You know, we all know how to fix dents. It's just like who could fix a dent in 45 minutes, then you know what I mean? Just it's all fun.
It's a lot different fixing a dent in front of a bunch of good dent guys. Like you don't do that ever. You fix dents in front of people that like think you're the best guy ever. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes people think you came up with this because they've never heard of it. It's like, no, it's been around for a long time. You know?
And so many other guys have won first place. That you know what I mean? It's just like
when you let other dent guys watch you work, it's stressful. Like, you know, you get anxiety. I got a bad anxiety. I was just like, oh, you know, I had John Vadine yelling at me, you know, and I started watching Manny when he was doing it. Like, oh, he's ahead of me. Oh crap, you know, if you can get in your own head, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done in the comp. I don't care if you're the best dent guy in the world, you're done if you get in your head on that competition.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, I'll definitely do it. I just January doesn't work for me until I stop going to Mexico. Mexico's an awesome Sonora Desert. It's an awesome place. It'd be hard to give up going down there.
Yeah.
You know.
All right. Well, we'll be waiting for you. In the meanwhile, best wishes.
I'm all talk.
Nah, come on now. But no, seriously though, you know, best wishes to you. You know, glad that you went through that training, and can't wait to see what the future brings. You know.
Yeah.
Thank you for being on the show again, man. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming on, brother, and
no problem. Thanks
keep
for having me.
Put those videos together. Let's see that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need some help from you guys.
Hey, you got it.
All right.
I'll see you later.
See you guys. Bye.
See you, brother.
What a great
I forgot to
man.
ask him if he got like a Bryce Kelly tattoo on him.
Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
He got a heart. He got a heart tattooed and Bryce Kelly on the side.
And then under it says, "I'm coming, Manny."
That just sounded wrong. All right.
Well,
man.
it was a good show, man. It was some good content, and hopefully you guys are. Bryce is going to call me tomorrow and say, "Hey, I'm sending you a commission check for $11,000." But hey, I mean, I told my wife before he started training, I said, if that guy starts training, I'll take the training. You know, so
no, I think it was great for Alex, man, because Alex, you know, when you talk to him, you could tell that he's a diehard like dent guy. You know, the guy.
And he grew up in the business.
Yeah,
his dad owned a body shop, so you know he knows the business.
He loves it, you know, and he's, you know, even when I met him in Vegas, it was just like he's hungry to get better, know more, learn more, you know, And in our industry, I mean, so far there's no one as good as Bryce Kelly, you know, at least through the training that he puts you through.
Yeah.
And the fact that he went through it and he got trained, it's awesome. And so, yeah, you know, just wishing the best for him. You know, can't wait to see, what he.
I'm excited to watch him grow that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Just watch the progression from here. But I'm excited, you know.
Yeah, hopefully anyone that's always thought about going to the training, now that you've heard Alice's experience, maybe makes you want to go into training too, you know. I think whatever the cost is, it's a good investment.
You know it's expensive, but it's always good to invest in yourself.
And it's the one investment you'll never, ever go wrong with, investing in your own self.
You're right.
You know?
You're right.
So.
Well, buddy, it was another good show. Another good show. We're going to take next week off. I'm actually taking a couple days off and going to the beach with the family, so I'm kind of excited.
All right. Well, thanks, man. I mean, we're going to miss you, but enjoy it, you know?
It's going to be good. I need it. Usually, like, from November to February is our slower time, which really isn't slow, but it's
I got a question, though. Are you going to the beach to just get a tan, or are you actually going to get in the water?
Get in the water.
Get in the water. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. I'm not scared. I don't get tan. I'm Irish, man. I burn up like a.
Don't be like my wife. We're going to the beach. It's a beach day just to go get a tan.
I sit under the biggest umbrella they got because I will fry. So, you know, but the beach is my relaxed place, mental, just kind of chill out, and it'll be good. It'll be good to get away. And I'm leaving the two guys at the shop, and I told them, don't call me unless it's burned to the ground. Just make sure you get all the cars out of the shop.
Right.
And I mean, you could leave the pink glue in there. So.
Well, have a good one, man.
All right, buddy.
Enjoy your time, and I'll talk to you soon.
Definitely. You guys have a fantastic night.
Yeah.
Josh Drago, send me your address so I can get you this glue. And I got plenty other glue to give away. So we're going to have to keep doing this as much as we can. I know shipping is going to get expensive on my end, but it's okay. Thanks for the support.
Yeah. And thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you for the support. We really appreciate you guys.
We will see you in a week or so and come out with another one.
Yeah.
See you guys.
Keep pushing.
Keep it real. See you guys. Thank you.
See you guys.